it's okay, I'd like to address the court.
Well, you understand that possession of marijuana by itself carries up to 6 months in the county jail and a $1,000 fine, or both?
I do. I understood that it was my understanding that it had been decriminalized in the state of Kansas. Now I think that's just the city of Wichita. So I was unaware of that. Obviously, that's no excuse, but I'm not like some stupid stoner. I own a business. I employ people. I smoke a single joint at night so I can sleep.
Okay.
That is literally.
You don't want to go any further with that right now. All right, Mr. McCoy, before I could accept any pleas of guilty and accept your statements of conviction in the case, you would have to waive your right to legal counsel in the case. You do have a right to legal counsel. If you can't afford one, the court will appoint one for you. Are you sure you don't want to talk to a lawyer about this?
Well, how much trouble am I in actually? Like, would you actually sentence me to jail for this? It's a first offense.
All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we're diving into a courtroom showdown straight out of Kansas. Meet Dennis McCoy, a man with a million excuses and a history that's about to catch up with him. On one side, we have the law, a no-nonsense judge who's clearly not impressed by stories about trust funds, business pressures, or accidental probation mishaps. On the other side, we have Mr. McCoy, juggling multiple states, prior offenses, and a business he claims is on the brink of collapse. Will he talk his way out of this? Or is reality about to hit hard? Stay tuned, because the twists keep coming.
I'm not going to plea bargain the case with you here.
Understood. No, understood.
What my sentence might be. The B misdemeanors are punishable by up to 6 months in the county jail and up to a $1,000 fine apiece. No valid driver's license is a Class B misdemeanor as well. And speeding is punishable by a scheduled fine, but it could be up to $500 theoretically.
So I'm fine with the fines. The only reason my driver's license is not valid is because I was out of town working.
Okay.
And I didn't realize it was expiring. And so I was literally on my way back in town. I haven't had a chance to get it validated yet, or get it renewed, I mean.
Okay.
It's not like I was intentionally driving without a license.
All right. Before I readdress the issue of potential waiver, waiver of counsel, I want to address the other matter that concerns you. State of Kansas versus Dennis J. McCoy, case number 2023 MR 59. Apparently, that's a fugitive information. Based on the information before the court, Mr. McCoy, Sarpy County, Nebraska has made a demand for your surrender involving a charge of controlled substance, possession of cocaine, a Class 4 felony in case number CR 19561, stemming from allegations from incidents which allegedly took place in October of 2020.
Yes, sir. So I went to court for that, and I was assigned probation. When I went to the probation office, they said, okay, I made it clear that I was not a resident of the state of Nebraska, and they said they were going to try and transfer my probation to Sedgwick County. The probation officer called the Sedgwick County probation's office. They said because I had pled it down to a misdemeanor that they would not accept the transfer. They were only accepting felony probation transfers.
Now, right here, we see the first major clash. McCoy's argument that marijuana possession shouldn't land him in jail because of decriminalization. But the judge quickly clarifies, and notice the precision here. Local versus state laws make all the difference. This is where many defendants trip up, assuming a law applies universally when it doesn't. McCoy tries to frame himself as a responsible businessman with a single nightly joint, but the judge isn't buying excuses yet. This sets the stage for a deeper look into his legal history. And trust me, things are about to get complicated.
According to the paperwork before the court, Class 4 felony is listed, not a misdemeanor.
And so that was the original charge. I had made a plea bargain. Okay. I pled guilty in exchange for a misdemeanor. I went to probation. They gave me 2 years, and then so the Sedgwick County wouldn't accept the transfer. The probation officer comes back to me and says, I don't know what to do about this, and the judge is left for the day. I was told I could go home and that they would call me.
The question, Mr. McCoy, is do you want to arrange for your own transfer back to Nebraska and deal with this? That's what we call a waiver of extradition. Instead of requiring a governor's warrant to be issued, you would just simply agree to waive extradition procedures and instead agree to voluntarily go back to Sarpy County, Nebraska, and face whatever it is that you do face there. Do you want to
Am I
consider
able
doing
to
that?
go under my own strength?
I don't see any indication here there's a bond. So I think my answer would generally be no.
And there's no way we can work around that? Like, I own a business, I employ people, payroll isn't gonna happen if I can't get out of here. I have projects starting that are gonna completely flop is there no way for me to do like house arrest and wait for them to come and I realize you guys are required to hold me and give Sarpy County the opportunity to come and collect me. Is there no way that can be done from like house arrest? So I can still run my business? I will lose absolutely everything. I'll lose my home, I'll lose my business, I'll lose my vehicles. Like, is there no way we can come to some sort of resolution where I'm still held accountable yet able to continue running my business? I employ about 33 people that will not get paid on Friday if I cannot get out of here and do payroll.
Here's where the tension skyrockets. McCoy's prior felony probation in Nebraska. He claims he tried to transfer and cooperate, but clearly things didn't go smoothly. The judge lays it out. Probation is not an adult daycare. Even if you plead down to a misdemeanor, compliance is mandatory. McCoy's attempt to navigate bureaucratic loopholes have landed him in serious hot water. This moment perfectly illustrates a critical legal principle. A plea bargain is only as good as your ability to follow through, and failure to do so can escalate minor infractions into major consequences.
Not to mention I will lose absolutely everything that I've spent the last 6 years busting my butt for. I work 300 days and some change a year. I'm home 1 to 3 days a month. I'll lose everything. I'll lose everything.
All right, so my question again is, do you wish to waive extradition and agree to return to Sarpy County, Nebraska to face whatever it is that you do face there on this probation matter?
What does that mean? Can you tell me what that means exactly? What's the other option and what does that mean as well?
You would be held in jail and then you could require Nebraska to go through extradition procedures and seek a governor's warrant.
Okay, and the other option?
I mean, like what?
I thought you said I had two options.
Yes, either force Nebraska to go through extradition procedures or do a waiver of extradition, which is a voluntary agreement to return to the state of Nebraska and face.
And
whatever
will
it
you
is
guys
face
return me to Nebraska or do I have to wait for them to come and get me?
You're probably going to have to wait for them to come and get you, and they probably aren't going to come and get you as long as you have this Kansas case pending.
So again, I ask you, is there any way to do this from a position of house arrest so I can continue to run my business?
Okay, my answer would be no. Not
So
not
I'm
as
just-
far as Nebraska is concerned.
I'm just gonna lose everything.
Well, all right, that's not involved here, Mr. McCoy. I just have business I have to conduct.
I understand that, but I'm trying to find out if there's a way for us to come to some sort of agreement wherein I don't have to lose absolutely everything.
Well, I'm obviously concerned about your Kansas case because of the way you handled the Nebraska case.
Well, and I can
This
understand that.
probation case, December 30th, 2019, and it's still pending. You never did
And
take
that's
over.
because I tried to deal with it and they said I could leave and they never called me back. I called them. They said, we'll call you back again. They never called me back. And then 11 months later, I got a warrant out of the blue. When I got the warrant, I called them and I said, hey, what is this about? I've been waiting to hear from you guys. They kept demanding I give them my location so they could have me picked up and that I come turn myself in immediately. And like this all just spiraled out of control. When I went to court twice and the probation office immediately after I was given probation in an attempt to deal with this because I didn't want exactly.
The classic tension between personal ambition and the law. McCoy pleads about losing his business, employees, and financial independence. It's a compelling emotional appeal, but the judge remains unflinching. Here, we see the human side of legal drama. Defendants often overestimate their leverage when they claim their livelihood is on the line. Notice how the judge calmly deconstructs McCoy's narrative, pointing out the reality. Running from probation endangers everyone, even the imaginary 33 employees. This is courtroom storytelling at its best. High stakes, personal drama, and the cold hand of legal
I
reality.
didn't want this hanging over my head. I'm trying to take my business internationally and I can't even get a passport renewal. So I just turned 35. When I turn 35, my trust fund is meant to distribute me $150,000. I was going to take that opportunity to deal with Sarpy County. I never intended not to deal with Sarpy County. I just had to do it from a position where I wouldn't lose everything I've worked for. So I need to get this distribution. I need to set it up in my account so I can have everything auto withdrawal from that. And then I'm free to go. Sarpy County can throw me in jail if they want. But everything on my end will be secured. Right now it's not, and I'm at risk of losing absolutely everything. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get all of this resolved as neatly and as orderly as possible. I never intended not to deal with Sarpy County. I just had to do it from a position where I wouldn't lose everything. And now I'm right back in that position anyways. I'm not here to run. I want to cooperate and I want everything accomplished so I can put all of this behind me and just move forward with my business, with my life. I'm so close to financial independence and that's all about to disappear.
All right, Mr. McCoy, regarding the Kansas case, 2023 CR 323, the marijuana, paraphernalia, no valid driver's license, and speeding case. Are you wanting to waive counsel and enter a plea today? You don't have to. I recommend against it, but you communicated earlier that that's what you wanted to do. I just want to.
Yes, I would like legal counsel.
All right, very well. The court will appoint Darren Patterson to represent Mr. McCoy.
Can I get my own lawyer?
You
I
can.
have a lawyer. His name is Eric.
Who's your lawyer?
Eric Kidwell.
Okay. You can
I don't
certainly
believe
get
I have
Mr.
him on-
Kidwell to represent you.
Say again.
You can get Mr. Kidwell to represent you if you want to. I just want to make sure the next time you see a judge on this Kansas case, you have a lawyer. Now, if you tell me you've got the resources, apparently you do, and you're going to hire a lawyer, then we'll go with that. Is that what you want to do, Mr. McCoy?
That is what I want to do, but I'm
All right.
curious how I'm supposed to.
Now we get to the real legal twist. Extradition. McCoy's options are limited. Waive extradition or wait for Nebraska authorities. This is a crucial moment. And for viewers unfamiliar with the process, a waiver can expedite transfer, but it doesn't reduce liability. The judge is clear, walking McCoy through the risks while keeping control of courtroom. It's a textbook example of the balance between defendant rights and procedural obligations. And notice how McCoy struggles to fully grasp the consequences. This confusion adds tension, and trust me, it's what keeps audiences glued to the screen.
Oh, I was told there was a $3,000 bond when I was booked in.
I don't know where that comes from, but it's very possible the jail
Set a bond on there.
schedules your position not remaining the bond, Mr. Regier.
Your Honor, I don't know about any bond that's already been set in this case. If the court is prepared to set a bond, state would suggest that $3,000 is relatively minimal. In addition to the Nebraska case, which the court has already referred to, my understanding is that this defendant does have some prior failure to appear history in Kansas as well.
All right.
If
I
That was when I was a
Kansas
kid.
case.
I am not going
Hey,
to fail to appear.
don't talk over me, please.
I'm sorry.
I'll set bond in the Kansas case at $3,000 cash or professional surety required. Show that he's going to retain counsel, most likely Eric Kidwell, but he's going to retain counsel. And the date that I have for the misdemeanor docket is October 2, 2023 at 9:00 a.m. October 2, 2023, 9:00, Judge Webster's Court. So at this point, there's a not guilty plea entered on behalf of the defendant, pending further proceedings in October. All right, moving to the extradition case. I don't see that court established any bond in the case. I get the impression, Mr. McCoy, that you're not wanting to waive extradition. Is that correct?
Well, how exactly does that work? I'm stuck in here no matter what, right?
All I know is that if you were able to post the bond in the Kansas case,
That I would be released?
no. Sheriff's normal protocols at the sheriff's department at the jail will contact Sarpy County, Nebraska. And I think some determination will be made whether you're going to be sent there or not. But a lot of times they're going to want you to have your Kansas case taken care of before you're shipped across state lines.
So does that mean I'm potentially being held until October?
Yes? Potentially.
Sir, I am not a criminal. This does not seem proportional.
Here's where McCoy tries a classic move, negotiating from jail. He argues he can still run his business, avoid financial ruin, and comply with probation, essentially asking for a custom legal solution. The judge's response is firm but measured. The law isn't flexible to personal financial pressures. This interaction is both dramatic and educational, highlighting a common misconception. The courts don't bend for personal inconvenience. Every word, every plea for compromise builds tension. The stakes are tangible, the drama is real, and viewers can't help but wonder, will McCoy's argument sway the outcome, or is it too little too late? Next, we see McCoy attempting to secure legal counsel and clarify bond amounts. This section emphasizes the importance of proper representation. He initially waives counsel, then requests an appointed lawyer, and eventually seeks his own. Watch closely. The judge ensures he understands his rights while keeping the courtroom orderly. Also, bond discussions are critical. A $3,000 bond is set for the Kansas case, but the Nebraska extradition complicates things. For viewers, this illustrates how multiple jurisdictions can overlap, creating layers of legal complexity. It's a real-time lesson in navigating multi-state charges, with drama fueled by McCoy's uncertainty and negotiation attempts.
When Nebraska officials are notified, I don't know what they're going to tell the jail staff. Maybe their judge will set a bond for you in the Nebraska case. I do not know. What I just need to do, either it doesn't appear to me that you're in a position to waive extradition. So I'm going to go ahead and set this matter for another hearing.
What does that mean, not in a position to waive extradition?
Did you tell me that you wish to waive extradition?
I'm still not fully understanding exactly what this means.
Then maybe you need to have a lawyer explain it to you, because my attempts to explain it to you just haven't been.
So you're saying if I waive my right to extradition, then they can come and get me. If I don't, they have to jump.
You're eligible for that, but I do not know if that's what will happen. I make no promise.
Okay, I would like to waive it. I would fine.
All right. Do we have a waiver of extradition form that can be presented to him?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please read it thoroughly. If you have any questions, ask before you sign. I may not be able to give you an answer, however, to your question.
Am I still, is the sheriff's office here still going to attempt to see if Sarpy will set a bond if I sign this?
I don't know if they're going to attempt to see if they're going to set a bond or not. Normally, their protocol is to notify the Nebraska officials that you've waived extradition and that you're at least eligible for return. But you've got a Kansas case pending.
Is there no way to move up the trial of the Kansas case? Or can I not?
Your attorney can make that request.
How do I get an attorney from inside jail?
Talk to the jail staff about that.
To wrap up, this case is a masterclass in the clash between ambition, accountability, and the law. Dennis McCoy's story shows how prior offenses, probation compliance, and multi-state legal obligations converge into a high-stakes courtroom drama. The judge remains methodical and professional, ensuring fairness while holding McCoy accountable. Key takeaways? Don't underestimate probation. Always secure legal counsel and understand extradition procedures fully. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button. Share your thoughts and comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping breakdowns.